Let's turn first to Dr. Elisabeth Kendall, who's head of Girton College at the University of Cambridge, an Arabist and Middle East expert. Well, Doctor, we've seen on other fronts, such as the Lebanon and Gaza, nothing but defiance. What is likely to be the reaction from the Houthis, do you imagine? Good morning to you.
Good morning. I think we can expect exactly the same reaction, defiance. Indeed, the Houthis had already put out several statements following the attacks on Lebanon by Israel, including the killing of Hezbollah leader Nasrallah, to say that they would be stepping up and declaring revenge. Now, of course, they are known for their bravado. They do follow up with their bravado, but I would imagine that behind the scenes, the Houthi leadership is also a little bit on edge and were probably taking measures to safeguard their leadership. If I were them and I'd just seen Israel going for Hamas in Gaza, then moving to the West Bank, then in very quick succession decapitating the leadership of Hezbollah in Lebanon, I'd be thinking maybe we're next. And indeed, that seems to be the case.
Can you divine what the end game is from Israel?
Well, I can't divine what the end game is. I think, though, it's very clear that Israel's on a roll and that thoughts of a ceasefire are out of the window. So, I mean, why are they on a roll? I think they have, over the past couple of months, pushed Iran's red lines quite significantly, particularly with the killing of the political leader of Hamas, Ismail Haniyeh, inside Iran on the day of the presidential inauguration in Iran. That was at the very end of July. And they faced little retaliation. They've been pummeling Hamas in Gaza, destroying infrastructure, not that much pushback from the axis of resistance that has actually hurt Israel. And of course, we are just 1 month now before the US elections. Better for Israel to get this out of the way and dismantle Iran's axis of resistance. Neither the Trump nor the Harris administrations would want to inherit this level of aggression from an ally that it arms and funds, especially not with the need to focus on China and Russia and other issues.
You've almost anticipated my next question, because if you'll allow that the closest ally from the West is the US, I was going to ask you, what do you imagine the reaction is now from within the White House?
I imagine the reaction from the White House will be to call for peace, as usual, to decry the killing of any civilians, to say that everyone has the right to defend themselves. It will be same old. But once we get beyond this election, I think neither of the new administrations will want to be tainted with this. I think there might also be one other aspect in play here, which is that the axis of resistance and many of these militant armed groups absolutely love anniversaries. And of course, we are just 1 week away from the 1-year anniversary of the October the 7th attacks by Hamas. So it could be that Israel has been taking preemptive action to avoid some kind of spectacular reenactment.
That's an interesting thought. Doctor, thank you. Elisabeth Kendall, you're head of Girton College at the University of Cambridge, and you're an Arab and Middle East expert.